Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Jamaica Stevens and I am the founder of JAMaROO Kids. Today we are going to be doing a how-to video on how to engage and maximize the educational experience when you are doing a read aloud with young children. So my friends over at San Francisco State University, this video was created for you, but we wanted to share it on the YouTube channel for any parents, providers, or teachers that could benefit from what we're going to be talking about today. So all of you over at San Francisco State, I hope that you guys do an awesome job on your project, and I hope that this video helps you. So the first thing you want to do when you're doing a read aloud with young children is you want to read the title of the book. Then you want to introduce the author and the illustrator. It's really important when you're working with young children that you're explaining to them that the author is the person who writes the words in the book and is telling the stories, and the illustrator is the person who's creating the beautiful artwork that we're looking at. As we read each page of the book, it's important to take your time, point out the pictures, describe the characters, and introduce new vocabulary. You want to keep in mind that your audience is young and you want to be excited and enthusiastic and animated. Try to make eye contact with your students. Maybe instead of just asking a broad question, you could ask each child in your group an individual question. I also like to change the tone and the volume of my voice sometimes throughout books to keep the children engaged and interested. You can create a sense of wonder, a suspense with what's going to happen next. And we also want to always make sure that we're maximizing the opportunities for social emotional learning. So not necessarily in this book, but in other books, like I was reading the other day driving my tractor, and when all the animals fall out of the farmer's tractor, you can tell that he's very sad and he seems a little disappointed and he's worried about his animals. And so you can talk about that with your students, and then when he gets back to the farm and all of the animals are there, he's very happy to have all of his animals back in their home where they're safe and sound. So make sure that you're discussing those points with your students and not missing out on those opportunities for social emotional learning. We're going to read Bear About Town today, and I'm going to read the book to you the way that I would read it to my students, okay? So friends, today we're going to read Bear About Town. And this book is written by, the author is Stella Blackstone, and it's illustrated by Debbie Harder. That means Debbie Harder created all of the beautiful pictures we're going to look at in the book. Bear goes to town every day. What is Bear holding? What is that? Is that a basket? I wonder what he's going to put into it. Oh, it says Honey House. That must be the name of where Bear lives. He likes to walk all the way. It looks like someone is waving out the window. Can you wave to Bear on his walk? On Monday, he goes to the bakery. What do you see in the windows at the bakery? So many things. Can you see? What do you see in the windows at the bakery? I see some baguettes. And some challah bread, and some cakes, and bear cookies. I can't tell if these are donuts or bagels. What do you think? Do you think they're donuts or bagels? Ooh, what else do we have? Some loaves of bread, and some more cookies. It says bakery at the top. Do you ever go to the bakery? What do you like to get at the bakery? On Tuesday, he goes for a swim. Let's see, where's Bear? Is that Bear? I think Bear's friend is wearing something on his eyes. What is this bear wearing on his eyes? Do you see that? What is that? Do you know what those are called? Those are called goggles, and that's how we keep the water out of our eyes so we can swim underwater like a fish. Bear's wearing a swimsuit. On Wednesday, he watches a film. Wow, look, it says cinema. Cinema is another word for the movie theater. Have you ever been to a movie theater? It's raining out, so all the bears are holding umbrellas, and they're very brightly colored. Should we say the colors? We have black, green, blue, pink, orange, and yellow. It looks like maybe this is a poster for the movie. Maybe it's a movie about, what is this a poster of? What does that look like it's a poster of? Is that a bear fairy? Do you think maybe it's a movie about a bear fairy? Maybe he has a magic wand too, or she. On Thursday, he visits the gym. Ooh. Look at this. What is Bear doing in this picture? Bear is working so hard at the gym. What is he doing? Is he lifting weights? And what's coming out of his forehead? Do you know what that's called? That's called sweat. Yes, Bear is sweating because he's working so hard and he's getting so healthy. I think this bear is practicing some stretching or maybe even doing some yoga on the yoga mat. This bear is riding a bike and this bear is on a row machine. That's kind of like when you're on a boat, a row machine. Bear looks like he's working so hard. On Friday, he goes to the toy shop. What do you see at the toy shop? Do you think Bear is gonna pick out a toy? Oh, what do you think he'll pick? Maybe a toy bear? It says toy shop. This bear maybe is getting a rocket and there's a piggy bank. And what is he wearing on his hand? Is that a puppet? It's a wizard puppet, I think. On Saturday, he strolls through the park. Ooh, strolls through the park. What does that mean? That's a big word, strolls. Strolls is like taking a leisurely walk. Leisurely means to relax, to take your time. You're not in a rush. You feel at peace and you're just walking along. Maybe you're stopping and smelling the roses or looking for butterflies. I don't think Bear's doing either one of those things because he looks like he's a little too busy on his stroll eating some what? Is he eating some ice cream? Yum. What do you see in Bear's basket? I see a ball and a book, and it looks like maybe he has a blanket under his arm. Do you ever bring a blanket to the park? When you go to the park and you are going with your family so that you can sit somewhere soft and cozy? Because sometimes the grass is wet or it's a little muddy, so it's nice to have a blanket, right? On Sunday, he goes to the playground. Oh, that looks like fun. Some of the bears are on, what's that? Swings. Some of the bears are in the sandbox. Some of the bears are sliding down the slide. And he plays with his friends until dark. Wow, Bear has a busy week, huh? Look at all of the pictures at the end. Do you know what? I think this is a map. A map is how we tell where things are and how we find places. Should we find all the places that Bear went? It says, find the places Bear visits each day. Oh, look, there's Bear's home. Do you remember what Bear's home is called? Is it the honey house? And then we have the cinema, the movie theater, and we have the bakery. Do you see the playground with the slide? I see it. And we have, oh, I think that's a toy shop. Do you see the toy shop? And the swimming pool. And this must be the gym. Do you see the weights in the window? So many places that Bear went. Maybe we should try to see if we can remember where Bear went every day. Are you ready? Let's see, we'll practice our days of the week this way. So Bear likes to go to town every day. He likes to walk all the way. On Monday, he goes to the bakery. On Tuesday, he goes for a swim. On Wednesday, he goes to the cinema, or the what? Movie theater. On Thursday, he visits the gym. On Friday, he goes, this is where you go to get new toys, the toy shop. On Saturday, he strolls through the park. And on Sunday, he goes to the playground and plays with his friends until dark. That is Bear About Town. Thank you so much. So when you're doing that book with your students, one of the reasons why I like Debbie Harder's books and a lot of things I look for when I'm looking for books to do with not a lot of language for young students is books that have very detailed illustrations. So you can see, you know, there are lots of opportunities for language development. We talked about the fact that there's all these different types of pastries in the window. We can ask students about themselves. Like, what do you like to get at the bakery? Have you ever had goggles? Or Bear's wearing goggles, another great vocabulary word. Or have you been to the movie theater practicing our colors? You could also count the umbrellas if you wanted to. You could ask your students if either one of their parents ever go to the gym, or if they've ever been to the gym with their family, or sometimes other places you could exercise, like at your home or outside. Some people don't exercise at a gym, they exercise somewhere else. Bear is at the toy shop. That's lots of fun because you could ask your students about what their favorite toys are. If they were gonna go to a toy shop, what would be the kind of toy that they would pick out? And then we have the great word strolls here. And then he plays with his friends until dark. So that's another great one where you can ask the students a question more about themselves. Like, what do you like to play with at the playground? And who do you go to the playground with? Is there a playground next to your house or in your neighborhood? How do you get to the playground? Do you take the bus? Do you take a bike? Do you drive? Do you walk? And then this is a wonderful way to get children to, again, interact with the book by pointing out all the different places that Bear went. And these pictures, they're a little tricky because you have to really look closely to see the bread and the baguettes in the window, or to see the weight in the window for the gym. And this is a wonderful way to start a conversation with your older students about maps and how they show us where things are and they help us find places. So again, that's Bear About Town, and that's how I would do a read aloud with my students. I hope that that's helpful. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.